Hey everybody, this is Jason at Hello RC. If you watched one of our recent videos, you heard me talk about doing a transplant between the new Capra 4-wheel steer and the Gen 8 Axe. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this transplant. I'm going to swap the electronics between the two. The Capra's going to get the GT5 radio, the Reef's 422 servo in the front. It'll still have the same rear servo, but then also the HOBBYWING AXE motor is also going to go in the Capra. So before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to the channel before and haven't watched before, please consider subscribing and make sure you hit that like button right now, because that is important in the YouTube algorithm that will help our channel grow. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, first thing I'm going to do is tear into the Capra. It looks like the bottom skid plate's going to come out with only these 4 screws. So I'll go ahead and get that removed and start pulling some electronics out. I got the cage removed. All that's left in the cage is just the lights that came with. So now I just gotta get the motor removed from the gearbox, take out the front steering servo, and that'll be it. And this stuff will be going, this is an all-in-one ESC receiver combo. This will be going in the Axe. Did notice it had a capacitor on it, probably to help with the 2 servos, to help with the brownout, but I really hadn't noticed it anything so far. So that'll be going in the Gen 8 as well. But let's continue on. Now that I got the motor out, I also have the transmission out. And one thing I didn't mention is I am going to also add the dig servo to this now too. So here's the dig mechanism right here. Has some sort of collar or something keeping it locked right now, so I'm going to have to open up the transmission to remove that. I've got the dig mechanism opened up. Now you just pull this assembly out, and this little black collar right here is what was keeping the dig from functioning. Take that out, reinstall this. I'm going to go ahead and get my ends put back on here, put it back together, and we'll see if it works. Alright, now the dig unit is installed back to the transmission, and this is the lever that activates it. This is normal condition, so that servo will pull that dig lever out and it will lock that rear axle while still allowing the front axle to turn. Now I'm going to go ahead and set some of these electronics in this Capra aside, get the Gen 8 over here, start removing its electronics, and then put them in the Capra. Got the Gen 8 ready to go here. So I gotta get the transmission motor out of this, the ESC, receiver box, and the front servo here, the Reefs 422. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this stuff out and we'll get this swap moving. Well, the electronics are out of the Gen 8. It's too bad I can't reuse this waterproof box. This is a really nice setup the Gen 8 has with the Fly Sky receiver. These little leads that come out and keeps everything nice and watertight. But at least I will have some nice little short leads, extra leads now. So I'm going to continue on, get this straightened up, bring the Capra back, and start installing these electrics in the Capra. Capra's back on the table. Gonna start by installing the Reefs 422, getting the HOBBYWING axe mounted to the transmission, get the transmission back in the chassis, and then we'll figure out where to fit the electronics. Well, I got all the components installed in it, and I kind of get them all hooked up the way I want them to give them a little test, and everything seems to work pretty good. There's my Reef servo, works just off the normal steering wheel. Then we have this knob up here that will control the rear steer. Switch here on the thumb will turn the dig on and off, and it does work perfectly. There it is without the dig. Turn on the dig, locks that rear axle, turn the dig back off, rear axle, all four-wheel drive again. So seems to work pretty good. I'm gonna put the receiver box up in this little fuel cell in the back. Might have to get a couple extenders on some servos, things like that, but I have all that stuff, so I'm gonna get this thing all bolted back together and give it one more test here on the table. Then I'll have another video hopefully here shortly of taking it out to the course and giving it a proper test drive. So let's get this thing finished up. Here it is. It's all back together. The receiver and everything is all packed up in the fuel cell. I got everything fit in there nice and neat. All the wires are tucked away. Steering, super responsive with this Reefs. And then a lot of control now with the rear steer on the dial. Also, the dig is great, and this HOBBYWING axe, this thing has a crazy amount of wheel speed. Let me try to pick it up here. It's kind of hard to do. I don't have enough hands. But let's see. Flip it upside down. And it's got great control. A lot of wheel speed. So anyways, as soon as the snow melts here, hopefully in the next day or two, we'll get this out to the course and give it a run, see how it does. So thanks for watching. This is Jason at Hello RC, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching.